Hello my darlings, and welcome back to another video. As requested recently, I will be doing today the man magnet fragrances. Some are absolute staples in such lists because you just cannot go wrong with them, but some actually might really interest you. So let's go ahead and jump right in. But of course, before we do that, please do not forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram so you want to be included in all those things that we do there sometimes. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. I don't even know how many fragrances I have, so I'm just gonna, throw them at you. So let's start with this one. This actually surprised me a little bit how much it is loved by guys. And to me, it's more like a everyday fragrance. It's also perfect for work. I mean, you could totally use it for like dates and lunch dates and, lunches with friends. I wouldn't say it's particularly like a party night out fragrance, but apparently it's really loved within men's community, and that is Burberry Her. And I actually got it, I think, in the summertime, and that was a time that I still didn't like the intense version of it. Now I actually do. So they're both very good, but I would still prefer the original. This one has a beautiful strawberry note, and maybe that is what really gets men into that fragrance, because it's such a nice fruity touch. It's also very, very sweet. Some people compare it to Baccarat Rouge, and I mean, with all these dupes and very similar fragrances, sometimes you just get whiffs of it. But if Baccarat Rouge didn't exist, you wouldn't even know it. That this is the DNA and the scent profile that is this typical amber fragrance. You know what I mean? I hope so. I would like to introduce you to our today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video once again. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. No matter if you're a beginner or an expert, rest assured Skillshare has a class for you. You can dive into improving your business skills, master your self-care, or fill your home with art pieces you have just created, all thanks to Skillshare's wide range of classes you can take. Members get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes. What I have recently discovered on Skillshare, thanks to browsing for hours and hours looking for new things I can learn, is actually you can learn new languages on Skillshare as well, which was so right up my alley because, as you guys know, because I told you many times now, I have recently started learning my 5th language now, which is Italian. This has always been my dream, and since I speak Spanish, I thought it would be slightly easier. And now it is all available to me via Skillshare, which is perfect because to me the most annoying thing when it comes to learning languages is, scheduling the meeting with your teacher or your native speaker, having to do homework. I just hate that. And on Skillshare, you can actually find a person who will teach you in a way that you like. So for example, there are certain different methods you can learn language. You can actually choose a particular method of learning the language that suits you the best, which is absolutely amazing because we all memorize things differently and we learn language completely differently. So it's very important to adjust the method to your needs. And this is what I did, and I can promise you that in a few months' time, I'm gonna be a proficient donna italiana. Ciao. Join now with a whole month of free trial. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description box down below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. What I love about this one is it's very long lasting, even though it's more of a freshie. But it's so long lasting, it actually does project. I got compliments, that I was building a house with my mom, and we were literally almost every day at those, you know, warehouses where we had to buy everything for the house, and mainly there are men, you know, in those places. And I was wearing this very frequently at that time, and I've been getting so many compliments from the employees there and from even men in the queue. Very, very bizarre how much this fragrance grabs the attention of men. But I must say it actually is quite sexy, but more innocent, you know, like innocent flirty. That's how I would describe it. Innocent flirty, sweet, with beautiful base, but mainly a fruity fresh fragrance. So Burberry Her, there you have it. Next one is a completely different side of the spectrum, and that is the very, very old and loved by men fragrance. Super long lasting, beautiful bottle. That is Dior Addict, and this is more of a mature fragrance. This definitely screams sexy, like sexy, but sexy mature, if that makes any sense to you. This is like more sexy but mature sexy. Very, very beautiful scent profile, vanilla, white florals. So nice. I don't wear it that often. Maybe that will change when, you know, winter comes hard. Then maybe that will change, and maybe if I go out at night, that will be more suitable. But beautiful fragrance and really, really loved by men. This is that kind of scent profile that really draws attention. Even though it's more on the mature side, this is like, you know, sexy beast. So that's Dior Addict. And I have another Dior, and I'm just gonna get all the Diors out of the way because this really gives you compliments from men. I don't know what it is about this scent. I really don't. It's more of a cozy vanilla. But yeah, this is Hypnotic Poison EDT by Dior. EDP, I don't think it's such a man grabber, so to speak. This one is. It's like a cozy, kind of like a mom scent to me. But for some reason, men love it so much. Maybe they just crave their mummies. I don't know. You know, you never know with these guys what they really think, or if they think. So, Hypnotic Poison by Dior, EDT, beautiful, like cozy vanilla. I would say this is like more of a cold vanilla, cold powdery vanilla. This is like a very warm, cozy, almondy vanilla. You know what I mean? Yeah. Very, very sweet one. This one, the Dior Addict, I wouldn't say is as sweet. This one is way sweeter. So if you want to smell like a cupcake, then Dior Hypnotic Poison is a great choice. But it still has that, you know, sensual, sexy undertone. Very slightly, but still. Okay, next one. Massive man grabber, so to speak, and this really gets attention from men. Doesn't matter if you mix it with something or you wear it alone. This is like a sweet bomb, but make it Middle Eastern Oriental a little bit, and that is Intense Cafe by Montale. I love this fragrance so much, and every single variation of it. So we have Roses Musk, which is really similar. Then we have Ristretto Intense Cafe, which is amped up with coffee, that I will be getting for sure. I have 2 bottles of this one, so this is how much I love the scent profile. But it's not about me, it's about the guys, right? So this is definitely a man magnet. This is perfect for clubbing, for date nights. This is your loud, sweet fragrance with a lot of vanilla. There's rose, there's coffee. This is basically like 1,000 times better version of Black Opium. And if you don't know, Black Opium definitely does get attention from guys. You know, just that overall sweetness, they kind of like it. So Montale gives you like a very elevated version of it, so I highly recommend you get it. Intense Cafe, fantastic. Now the next fragrance is the sexiest honey scent ever, and even comparing to Kilian's Back to Black, which I love, in my opinion this is sexier. This is more like dense and juicy and gloopy and sticky, and I love it. And that is Scandale by Jean Paul Gaultier. I also do love Scandal by Night, and I will probably get it maybe very soon actually, because why not? This is such a good scent profile. This is like a mandarin orange or blood orange, I think blood orange. There's some patchouli in here and a lot of honey, but they are really nicely blended. Some people say it's too loud, some people say it's too screechy. To me, it's a very good, loud fragrance that gives you compliments, that grabs attention. This, if you wear this, this tells everyone that you're sexy and you want to have fun. So if you want to send that message, then go ahead. I personally love this. So good, sweet. As I said, it's sticky, sweet, but also it has quite a unique profile because you don't see that much of honey on the designer market. So it kind of leans in the unique direction. So I like it. That's Scandal by Jean Paul Gaultier, but I also highly recommend Scandal by Night. Very good ones, both of them. All right, now if you want to go very sophisticated niche, but you still want to be ultra sexy, feminine, with a little bit of spice, I would go totally with Ce Soir by BDK. This is so nice. Glorious fragrance. This is so glorious, guys. And the whole story behind it, you know, every fragrance from BDK has their own story and the imagination behind it, you know, of the author of the fragrances. So it's very interesting to see that. So I would totally check it out and read about it. Very, very interesting. But Ce Soir is definitely that fun fragrance of the whole range. It's the most flirty, the most fun, the sweetest, the most girly, but it has that niche quality that so many of us crave. So if you want to be super sexy, have that man magnet fragrance, but make it a little bit more elevated than your typical designer, I would totally go with Ce Soir, because this is like this super fruity bomb, very sweet, sugary almost, but it has black pepper in the top, and some fragrances do have black pepper but you barely smell it. Here you really do, like you really do. Imagine Chupa Chups lollipop in strawberry flavor and loads of black pepper on top of it. This is literally how this smells like. Beautiful, I love it. It's amazing. I'm actually gonna spray it now because why not, guys? Why not? Love Ce Soir. Definitely a magnet profile of a fragrance. I think you're gonna get loads and loads of compliments. Next, this is very interesting and I wanted to include it because I was talking to my mom the other day about the scent profiles and stuff, because I am actually involved in a very interesting project. You know, so I was really discussing all the notes with her and all that jazz. And what she said to me was very interesting. She said that men in general, yes, they like sweet, yes, they like those clean fragrances, but what they really like is if you make a combination of sweet fragrance with booziness, because that booziness reminds them of, you know, those alcoholic beverages that most of them like so much, and it kind of triggers their sexual brain. That's what my mom said, and you know, she's old enough to know. So I have one for you that's really boozy. This is like boozy gourmand, you know, and that is Kilian's Angel Share. It is marketed as unisex, yes. However, I must admit, it's a little bit too sweet for a guy, unless you really love your gourmands, if you're a guy. But this to me is like, as I usually say about it, it is cognac with like this beautiful French pastry that has baked apples and cinnamon in it. This is basically the mixture. It is slightly spicy, but it's very sweet. It's a little bit appley. It has praline to it and cognac. Very beautiful fragrance. And actually, she might be absolutely right, because this is definitely considered sexy. and I think that this fall and winter you might have to check it out. As I said previously many times before, it's really recommended by me to get Kilian's on a nice discount, so maybe wait for Black Friday or something. But yeah, in general, this is a beautiful fragrance, definitely one of my favorites from the Kilian, for sure, and definitely the one that has the best longevity out of all the Kilian's fragrances that I own. So this is a great lasting power. This will last you all night. You will still smell it the next day in your hair or on your clothes. You still will. So that's fantastic about this fragrance. I would say it's still overpriced, but it's so beautiful and definitely a man magnet, that I can promise you. Okay, next one, I have that beautiful floral for all my floral lovers. It still has honey to it, but not as crazy potent as Scandal. Scandal would be your, you know, as I said, party night out fragrance, sexy girl, sexy chica, sexy señorita. And this one is more for daytime. So you're at work, maybe you have someone who you like at work and you want to grab his attention. You know, I wouldn't really recommend it necessarily. I have my own experience with it, but in general, it's a great daytime fragrance if you still want to be like very sexy and get the attention from men in a very classy way. And that is Saab Le Parfum. And this one has orange blossom, jasmine, honey. It has some patchouli to it, but again, this is that type of patchouli that I actually like because it's warm, it's not too earthy. So I like it. If it's not too earthy, I'm here for it. So this one has great longevity as well. Actually, my boyfriend really loves that fragrance, and I really wasn't like that into it when I got it, but actually it's my boyfriend who got me into it that much because he says it's super sexy, and I believe him. And I know it's not just his opinion that this is a man magnet. I think many men think this way, and I think this is that type of fragrance that if you want to be sexy, have a man magnet scent, but at the same time not be like too in your face party girl, I would get Le Parfum by Saab, and this is definitely my favorite version. The original is my favorite from the whole range. I'm not really into all these flankers of it, maybe the intense one, but I'm not that crazy about it, you know, so I would go with the original Saab. Next fragrance, I think it also shows up on such lists, but it really is for a good reason, so I will feature it as well. Because it definitely is a man magnet. It's very sexual, even though it's again quite like this. Let me show you. Where are you? It's kind of like this flirty girly scent, but this one kind of goes in a different direction. This one is not as fruity. It's quite sour. It's rosy. Do you already know what it is? Let me know in the comments below. Stop this video and tell me if you know what fragrance I'm going to show now. Are you done? Alright, so yes, Delina. My boyfriend loves it as well, but I think this is very sexy, clean, fruity floral in general. This I think was made to be sexy, but something that you can wear every day, something that doesn't have to be worn at night because it's that heavy, you know what I mean? Just like Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal, for example. This is more like flirty, daytime, fun, but I'm sexy, I'm grabbing attention, you know what I mean? This one is very like, it kind of grabs into your body chemistry and it just does something. It really does something. So yes, Delina, fantastic fragrance. I really love it. There's also the exclusive and La Rosée version. I do love exclusive. With La Rosée, I have love-hate relationship. So I would say if you don't own any, I would go with the original first. So that is Delina. It had to be there, guys. I'm sorry, but this is what it is. Men magnets. And now I have two more fragrances to show you, which are both from the same brand. Moreover, they're from the same range. And first one is the one that you use when you go out. Okay, this is long trail, long lasting, fun, sexy, seductive, but great for going out. And that would be La Nuit Tresor, the original Eau de Parfum. And this is like this, a little bit vanilla, incensey. There's also so many weird notes like peppers, you know, things that don't usually show up in fragrance breakdowns. But it's so nicely done. It's definitely unique. It's not something that is all over the place. Like, it's not like this any other fruity floral, you know. And for the longest time I actually thought about it this way, and I was so wrong, because this is really unique, and the projection and the longevity, this is really worth any penny. Every penny, actually. Not any penny, every penny. So yes, this one I would go with if you are out and about, you know, date nights, parties, going to nice lounges, that kind of thing. Very sexy one. Men attention grabber, men magnet for sure. It's been like that for years. So yes, you have to have it in your collection because it's so good. And last but not least, I have a fragrance that is still in the same range, but this one I would actually use if you're Netflixing and chilling, if you know what I mean, my darling. Because this one is a little bit closer to the skin. To me, this one is more sensual, it's not as loud, it's more like perfect for the bedroom, actually. This is beautiful. I personally also love wearing this day to day because this is such a beautiful scent profile. I just cannot resist. And this is that kind of a fragrance that I'm so surprised, because I thought it would be more of a summer scent, but it actually shines now that the weather is cooler. So if you have it, and if you think it's only for summer, go grab it right now, and you're gonna be obsessed. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, La Nuit Tresor Nude. And even though this is just an eau de toilette, the longevity is not too bad. And it's so glorious, so beautiful. I wouldn't say it's that similar to the original. I think the vanilla aspect of the nude one is more into that à la folie version. And also you have a lot of coconut here and rose. And to me, this fragrance is mostly about rose, coconut and vanilla. You have slight bergamot aspect in the very beginning, but it kind of goes away quite quickly. So yes, this is absolutely stunning. And again, this actually does shine in cooler weather. So check it out now that it's getting colder, because I am obsessed. So that is La Nuit Tresor Nude. And that is it, my darlings. I know that this list is not that typical. I actually introduced you to some fragrances that are absolute men magnets, but are not as like obvious. You know what I mean? Because you wouldn't think that Kilian's Angel Share might be a men magnet, but after what my mom said, I started thinking, and yeah, just try it. Just try it and thank me later. So yes, guys, that is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next one. Bye!